Normally we place the heaven line in the back 2/3 of the kenzon, but today I want you to put it just one stem back from the middle and put it straight up in the center. If you have two, which you'll have two mums, but you'll want to look at them and discern which one is a little bit smaller. Now sometimes you get them and they're exactly the same, but sometimes you can analyze the stems and see which stem is bigger and stronger, and that can be a deciding factor into which one should be the heaven line. So you'll measure 2 times the width and 1 time the height, and that will be your heaven line, and you'll place that in first. Then you'll place in man, and you'll make man as 3/4 of heaven. I would prefer you make it a little bit taller so that if it's, because if it's too short, you can't make it taller. So make it a little taller, and then if you need to cut more off, you can. You're going to place the stem in the kenzon right in front of the heaven line, but you're going to bend the man over off to one side, okay? Then the next item we're going to put in is our solidago, and this is Mardi Gras solidago, and each stem is a separate stem, and you will have a bunch of it, and I'm going to get a piece here and show you what to do. From yesterday, or Monday, it has all those little leaves have dried up. So you're simply going to take your thumb and forefinger and you're going to slide down. It's harder now that they're dry. When they were fresher, you could just do that. All of the bigger leaves that's underneath each of those little stems, because they're going to dry up, and now they will give you, give the plant more opportunity for blooming open, all right, because you don't have the leaves on there. Also, then you're going to stagger down about a 1/2 inch each one, and you're only going to do a group of 3 in the front of man. Then you're going to save the other 3 for back here. Now I'm going to go pick up this magnolia stem, and I'm going to show you every one is going to have a different magnolia stem. But normally you would have one that's a little bud here. Normally these leaves would be a little bit bigger, but you're going to count down 5 or 6 leaves, and then you're going to give it a cut right there. Then you're going to use these other 3, you're going to place one, and this one is going to be to frame in the rose in the front. It's a beautiful combination between the texture of the rose petals and the shiny quality of the magnolia leaves. But the back of the magnolia has this lovely brown felted finish on the back. So the color is so pretty. Just snap that leaf off and put one so that you can see the brown from the front. And then simply place the other magnolia leaves in the back, so that when you turn this around, looking at it from the side, you'll actually have like an arc that starts here in the front and goes down in the back, like a sunrise, if you would, okay? So that the leaves span from front to the back. Then you're going to put in, once you get all the magnolia in, you're going to continue to put the 3 smaller solidago into the back. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the flax foliage. Now it's really long and big, and if you have a big boat bowl or a big rectangular bowl that's wider, you may want to extend your leaves out really far to kind of balance and complement your container. Or if your container is tall and pedestaled, you may want to bring them out a little bit farther. Then you simply use some Scotch tape and you tape them, and you can kind of bend the leaf a little bit, and tape them from behind to get them to be parallel and doing a nice angle in the design. And finally, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to use this orange crush rose. You're going to take off, it has beautiful foliage, but take it all off, and then you're going to cut it under the water, because roses are very temperamental and sometimes they'll get an air bubble in their neck, and that's why roses drop their head, because they've got an air bubble lodged into the stem. So you want to cut it under the water, either in a bowl or in your bucket, or in half the height and a quarter of the height in your design. and then you're finished, and you can enjoy this beautiful autumn arrangement. One more thing about the mums, these are called Fuego Fuji mums, and they were very tight when I put them in on Monday, but now you can see when the petals start to open, you'll see that the inside of the petal is red, and the outside of the petal is gold, so they look like a flame. So fuego in Spanish means fire. So they look like little bursts of flame or fire on the petal itself. When they stamp their stamp, they have a hanko. So many Japanese have their own hanko for special documents and things to stamp. This particular one is the symbol for Moto. I'm wearing the symbol for Moto. And Moto, if the line goes like this, and then the line across, that means a man. And then if you put the line straight down in the middle of it, that's a tree. And if you put the line at the bottom of the tree, it's a root. So this symbol, or this pictogram, has three meanings. It could mean origin, root, or book. So when I saw this, and I was picking a name for Moto, and I knew it would be a Christian Ikebana school, all I could see was Christ, who was there at the origin. He came down and put roots in the earth, and he's written about in the Bible, the book. Okay, so three meanings all in one simple pictogram. So in a hanko or a stamp, you can have a beautiful meaning. And then a kamon or a mon is a family crest. And I had this book. It has 4,260 different family crests, and I thought they were probably all in here, but no, there's like 20,000 different designs for family crests. But a good portion of them are in here, and they're has two different kamons pictured on it, that's embroidered on it. Even this pillow that I made years ago for my husband has a kamon on three sides that are all the same, and a different one on the back. So then also on clothing, so your kamon, you would wear it on a jacket, or this is a haori, so it's a jacket with short sleeves that you can wear. And when I used to do programs, I used to wear this, and it has the palawina flower, the same flower that's on the obi there. And anyway, so it's on that. So it's on clothing. So when I was in Japan, I was a quilter, and I quilted. And when I went to Japan, I would walk around the street, and I'd look down, and there on the street were the most beautiful manhole covers. And they're round, right? So my whole theme is beauty in round things that you use. So I thought, manhole covers. So I thought, well, there must be a different word for this in Japanese, but no, manhole. So it's the same word, same word. And actually, the factory that makes manhole covers started in 19. Pass that around. You can look at that. And then, as a quilter, I thought, oh my goodness, there must be, I could make a quilt design out of a sewer lid, right? So I actually designed this one out of, it's supposed to look like nori, right? Japanese seaweed, but in different patterns. And then I actually enlarged it and made it bigger with manhole covers, okay? And they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the great thing about the sewer lids or the manhole covers in Japan are that they can be colored, they can be all, but they tell something about the area, the history. And so I found out now there is an annual, you can YouTube it and watch it, a video of it, of manhole covers in Japan. It's quite interesting. It's not that long, and it shows you the factory and walks you through a tour of the factory, but they have an annual convention every year on manhole covers, and now they actually have manhole cards, trading cards. So you can, like it's for going to visit different places, you can collect them in a book.